It's gonna be looking even better. Oh,
No, it's fine. Go ahead. Let's talk about her hair.
Telling me how
Because
beautiful my hair is today.
oh no, I'm saying I love it.
this is the nicest Dvon's going to be today, because as the show goes on, Dvon's mood is going to get worse and worse.
Yes, it is. And thanks to Mo, my biggest fear in life is actually going to come true. Well, somewhat. I mean, we've got one of the demons on the show, and the other one, I've yet to run out of a bathroom screaming, or not even a bathroom, because she's a woman, I'm a guy, and see, I can't even think straight right now. I'm so nervous.
This is going to be so much fun. Dvon, do you have like a towel or diapers or something ready to go?
I got more than a diaper. Let me tell you that right now. I wish the Street Profits were here. I want the smoke.
You're going to need a lot of it before, during, after. Yeah, for sure. I have Mo Lightning, of course, the WWE Hall of Famer to my left, Dvon Dudley. Very nervous for our guest, EILEEN DIETZ of The Exorcist, coming up in segment number 2. And, of course, last and certainly not least, she's Lindsay with the good hair. Lindsay, how are you?
Hey, I'm doing great. I'm feeling it. I'm excited about today's show.
So when are you going to pay up for the bet you lost, by the way?
What bet?
Okay.
I don't remember.
You know damn well what bet.
I don't.
Schoolgirl outfit. Hey, listen, here's the deal. Fans, I know you're listening, so here's the thing. If you guys write in, either during the show or even after the show, making sure that you get on Lindsay 24/7 and let her know that you're going to be very disappointed if she doesn't go through with the bet. I guarantee you she'll go through with the bet. So if you are listening and if you are ready to go on your keyboard and actually type in, we want the schoolgirl outfit, Lindsay, I guarantee you with enough pressure, it'll work.
Peer pressure.
No, I don't like peer pressure.
Oh.
No, it doesn't. You're rude and mean.
But before we get to a schoolgirl outfit, before we get to EILEEN DIETZ and Dvon crapping himself, we do have a guest who probably lost a bet to be on this show. I'm not really quite sure, but he is a former Cruiserweight Champion, WWE Raw Superstar, at least for now. We'll find out. And a member of the Hurt Business. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Table Talks, CEDRIC ALEXANDER.
Yes.
Hello, everybody.
Welcome.
Cedric,
Thank you for having me.
welcome
Dvon,
to Table Talks.
Lindsay,
How you
Mo.
doing?
I'm great. How are you guys doing?
Well, like I said, I'm not all that great for this show. I got
I'm great.
here. Listen, I heard stories about Linda Blair coming in and basically scaring people walking into a bathroom or a restaurant. Look, I don't even see her in person or EILEEN, and I'm still scared to death right now.
You got a mop and a bucket ready to clean the mess up, huh?
You have no idea how much fear that movie put in me. Not to mention, Bubba, God, I wanted to kick him in the ass every time he did this, but Bubba would wait until we, got to the hotel. He got situated in his room. I got situated in mine. And then all of a sudden, about 10 minutes going into the night. Now, remind you, it's about 11:30, 12 o'clock. I'm all easy, about to go to bed. The phone text goes off. It's Bubba. And I'm just like, oh, what does he want? I open it up. It's the Exorcist face with the girl turning around and around. Brother, every time I throw my phone across the room, scared to death, and curse him out, knocking on his door, banging, calling him an asshole. That's how bad it is for me. I kid you not. I am that terrified of that movie.
You know what, Dvon? I know exactly how you feel. That old TV show from the 90s, Tales from the Crypt.
Yes.
The eerie, they would do the trail through the graveyard into the house, and you would get to the skeleton, you would laugh up and laugh.
Yep.
Oh, to this day, I still can't watch that without getting some kind of tinge in my back, and it's just
listen, between the Exorcist and Jaws, like I would take baths when I was a little kid, and it'd be like 3 inches of water in the bathtub. I wouldn't put any more water in there. I mean, you got to understand, as a kid, you don't realize that you're in your bathtub and not in the damn ocean. So
but see, what messes you up?
Get you. I'm sorry.
But see, then what messes you up is like your friends and like. I guess people would tell you like, man, 3 inches of water will kill you. That's all it takes. He has the water. What? This bastard's gonna murder me.
Yeah.
Especially if I saw a great white shark coming in my bathtub.
That would scare me too, actually.
Oh God.
Mm.
Well, you know what? Go ahead, Mo.
No, I was gonna say. So we have a podcast. Table Talk has the pro wrestling aspect to it, of course. We also have fun with the Exorcist and the pop culture stuff. And with that, we have some fans that will watch or stream the show that aren't wrestling fans, and almost all of them unanimously have asked some sort of question. Oh, you're gonna have Cedric on. Oh, is he an entertainer? Oh, Cedric. I'm tired of that response, and I'm not you. How do you feel?
So for me, I just mix it up and go sports entertainer. I'm a sports entertainer.
Oh, I like that.
That's what my contract says. That's what, I'm a sports entertainer.
Okay.
No, not entertainer. Sports entertainer.
And I will say you do that very well, my friend.
Thank you, Dvon. Thank you.
I definitely will. Definitely will say that. But let me ask you a question. Now that you're with the Hurt business, before you were single, doing your own thing and creating quite a name for yourself. Now, all of a sudden, you're with MVP, Bobby Lashley, and Shelton Benjamin. How does it feel to be amongst those group of guys and now being one of the most watched act right now on WWE TV?
I could say, the classic thing, it's humbling. It's stuff I never thought would happen, which is all true. But at the same time, it's one of those things like, it felt like it was meant to be, because I've known Sheldon for almost 10 years now. I've known Bobby and MVP for a few years, just off and on. And now seeing that I'm been able to, and I've said it before, being able to learn from three of the most physically gifted and talented and decorated athletes in WWE, words can't really describe it. Like I feel like I've been given the golden ticket to success, and there's no way I can mess it up.
I like that. You know what, Cedric? I should have had you as my partner in crime.
See, someone who appreciates.
Hey, I probably still would have been going if that was the case.
You told me stories. I know.
So, as a wrestling fan on the outside looking in, now that you're partnered up with them, do you travel on the road with the Hurt business? Were you already traveling? How does that change?
Well, not so much because of the pandemic. They live outside of Florida, and I live in Tampa. So for me to go to Orlando is nothing but an hour and a half drive. So traveling together doesn't really happen much. But we have group chats where we constantly go over ideas, possible opportunities that we can be making happen. And it feels like I'm in a whole different league, not just a guy in a locker room. I'm in like a small. Man, I'm trying to describe it. I guess the best way to describe it is like a boardroom of executives. That like everything is straightforward and to the point. No clowning around, no goofing. It's about green. That's what this MP always says.
Wow.
And treat it as such.
Well, you know what? Now I got to ask this question. I mean, you guys versus Retribution. I mean, they outnumber you guys by so much, but yet you guys decided to take on that challenge. And not to mention, just finding out that the leader of Retribution is Mustafa Ali. Now, what's the deal with that? I mean, did you see that coming? Did you have an inkling that he might turn on you? Did you have an inkling that he might even be part of Retribution?
Honestly, I was sitting back and watching it unfold, and I was extremely surprised. Honestly, in a weird way, it made me excited, because I've been waiting to get a hold of Ali again ever since we had our match at WrestleMania. So like now that Ali, decided to make better business decisions and hanging out with Apollo and Ricochet, I'm interested to see what he's really going to do. I've always thought Ali had a bit of a mean streak. He was one of the nicer guys in the locker room. Didn't really
That's confusing. That doesn't make sense. You're like, he's got a mean streak, but he's a nice guy. Make up your mind.
Well, it is a bit of an oxymoron. I'm trying to be nice to a friend who now might be a little bit of an adversary. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes.
Well, I had the pleasure of producing some of your matches on 205 Live and, of course, on Raw. And when you two were in the ring, you tore down the house. So, I mean, it was great. And not only that, but, even on live events. I mean, again, when we see Cedric and if we see Mustafa in the ring together going at it, we basically know we're definitely going to be entertained.
Yeah, so I like to add an extra part in that. Mustafa Ali has never beaten me in any way, shape, or form.
Oh, wow.
Singles match or tag team match. Ali has never beaten me. So that's part of why I'm so excited that he decided to join Retribution. And now I get to get my hands on Ali again and see if he actually learned something from these last few years we've been apart.
Now, wait a minute. Now, when you make that comment, I gotta say this. It's almost like you're the Mike Tyson. He's the Buster Douglas. So apparently, this has got to happen. No, grant you. Grant you. Buster Douglas only took one time to beat Mike, and we ain't never seen Buster and Mike again. But in the same realm, even though there's only been one confrontation between Buster and Mike, there's going to be several between you and Mustafa in the past. Now, in the future, going forward, could we see an upset? Could we see Mustafa actually defeat my man Cedric? It's I don't know. Inquiring minds would like to know. I mean, it's one of those things.
Something you don't know about Ali. He likes to think of himself as more or less Superman. He does all this thing where you be the light, see the light, and now he's kind of going to the darkness. Well, Ali needs to understand I'm his kryptonite. I'm his ultimate darkness. All that light he was trying to shine before, I blocked it out. That darkness that he's trying to shut over the WWE now, I'm gonna shine a light on that. Ali can't beat me.
Oh.
Period. In the story. I'm just going to put it that way. He cannot beat me.
Wow. You know what, Mo? Lindsay, I think we might have to get Ali on the show to kind of, come back on that one and see what he says.
If we have to. By the way, we're talking about Mike Tyson and Buster Douglas. If I had to be a boxer, I'd be Glass Joe. Anybody get the Punch Out reference? Anybody?
Oh, I get it.
That was
I
good.
played the game a lot.
That was good.
All right. So every week before we go live with the show, we always have like a pre-meeting, myself, Dvon, and Lindsay talking about the show, how it's all going to go and work out. And Dvon, you wanted to mention, you asked, is there anybody that doesn't like you or whatnot? And I said, there's always one guy every week that sends a message. And so this actually, we get two in one shot here from Jaden saying, "What's up, Cedric? Shut your face, Dvon."
Oh, I guess
so mean to Dvon.
You know what? You know what it is? He's got to get his 15 minutes of fame. So here we go. Okay, idiot. Why don't you go back to your grandmother's basement or your parents' basement? Go ahead, because that's the only life you're going to actually get. Because if you went out on your own and tried to make it in the real world, you would never make it. Ooh. So why don't you go back, relax, shut up, and listen to what I have to say. End of story.
That's a Dvon ECW promo right there.
That's a soft ECW promo.
Yeah,
that was very PG ECW promo.
Hey, it's got to be PG when you work for WWE. Stuff can come back to bite you in the ass.
Family friendly, people. We're family friendly.
Absolutely.
So have you always been a wrestling fan, Cedric? Who'd you grow up really enjoying?
Oh man, I was been a wrestling fan since day one. For me, it was Rey Mysterio and Juventud Guerrero and WCW that were like, they were the guys for me. Luchadors with cool masks and cool like colorful uniforms. I was like, yes, sign me up. I just want to watch them do stuff. And then when I was like 12, that's when I decided like, I'm doing this. It'll be pro wrestling.
Nice. By the way, Dvon, you suck at roasting.
Like I said,
they don't care, huh? They don't just go for you.
It's a beautiful show. I can't say what I really want to say, but I tell you what, if you ever see me in person, by all means, please come at me and say it. I'd love it.
I'll be watching.
Just make sure you don't have your video camera on, so that way you don't have to put it on social media and have the fans and the people out there see me whoop your ass.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see it. What you mean? I want to see it.
For sure.
I want to see World
Yeah,
Star
but
live with Dvon.
But you know how it is. Little punks like that, you beat them up after talking all that crap, and then all of a sudden they're ready to sue you. So, you got to take it with a grain of salt. Like I said, he's still living in his mama's basement trying to survive and make a living. So, by all means. Meanwhile, come check out my crib. Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on. Look at those belts behind me.
Oh, excuse me. All the hardware hanging up on the walls there. Trying to flex.
Oh, well, come on.
Oh, yes.
I like this back and forth. I love that I can instigate this and make this happen here. So on the topic of Dvon fighting, I ask every guest this, Cedric. When is Dvon coming out of retirement?
No.
Dvon, I almost asked you this question a few weeks back. I was going to ask you, and they just...
What? Hold on. Why would you ask me that question?
Just curiosity, just
curiosity.
Pondering minds, wondering. That's all.
No.
Yeah,
Listen,
we're all wondering.
No, listen, I'm enjoying life, doing the podcast, running the wrestling school, being a producer when I'm not getting yelled at. I'm cool with that. I don't need to. Not to mention, I don't know if you know this, but a certain person on the panel right now lost a bet, and I guess Carol Baskin basically lost and got voted off before the fourth round. So therefore, the person let me just say this: the two people who made the bet had to wear a schoolgirl's outfit. That would be me, and that would be another person on the panel. And let's just say this person lost. And
what are you looking at? Why are you looking at? Why am I big? Why am I big on the screen? This makes no sense to me.
And now, since Carol Baskin got voted off, guess who's got to wear the schoolgirl outfit with, grant you, Tiger King underwear underneath?
Which I don't have. So how is that going to be possible?
That's okay. Hey, Cedric, I told her that she can go to Walmart, get pretend Tiger underwear.
What is a pretend tiger?
Well, I mean, listen, it's not good.
A cat?
Well, again, PG show, can't go there.
A lion? What's a pretend tiger?
I told her to go to Walmart. You can get the cheapest ones. It's okay. Listen, take the little white shirt that usually comes halfway, fold it up, put it in a knot, have that little dress on, the tiger underwear sticking out. Hey, listen, I just told you everything you needed to go do. And it's easy. And it probably
sounds like you should do it.
Listen, I didn't lose the bet. I didn't lose the bet. So therefore, I think that's you. So therefore, when that time comes, Cedric, I will definitely make sure that you see this firsthand. Oh, yeah. Well, listen, Byron, I got to admit on that one, we would all lose if I won the bet. If Lindsay won the bet, because nobody wants to see me in a schoolgirl outfit.
It'd be a lot funnier for you, Dvon, to see you in a schoolgirl
thank
outfit.
You.
To be fair.
Cedric, I know exactly what would happen if that ever got to be something that I had to wear and you found out about it. There would be pictures posted all over the locker room.
Me and Sheldon would roast you for the rest of forever.
I would never live it. I would
the rest of forever. Sheldon and I alone would make this just our active day.
He's already told people when I was in the ring with him, I beat him up, which is a total lie. I never beat that man up. I actually did what I had to do in terms of a wrestler. So there you have it.
Fair.
Yeah, let's get off that topic.
Fair enough. Okay, so enough of that.
What else is going on?
Enough of that. Now, I got to ask you, Cedric, who was so inspirational, you told me, but who actually trained you?
George South actually trained me, which
okay.
When I say that, people go, what? George South trained you? Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I was trained the basic of the basic. Chin locks, headlocks, that's it. That was all I was allowed to do for like maybe 2 months of me wrestling was chin lock, headlock, drop kick. That was all I was able to do.
Now let me ask you this. Now with that, and you're kind of like the new generation, so to speak, because when you look at some wrestling schools now, and some of the students that have been there maybe 2 months, maybe even 3, are trying to do what you're doing, the high flying, the dives, and all of that above. it just goes to show you that you were trained the right way. How, again, you were only allowed to do certain things for what, 2 months? You wasn't allowed to fly. You wasn't allowed to do this. You wasn't allowed to do that. You had to learn the basic first, and then, of course, progress to where you wanted to be. And I think a lot of, young kids nowadays that are in the business don't understand that. So let me ask you a question. And well, the question is, what do you have for those younger students that want to fly before they can walk?
Well, Compass is going to tell you got to learn to walk before you can fly, obviously. And I know all the high flying, the springboards and dives and stuff. That's cool. That's spectacular. People remember that, and that's fine and all. But at the same time, your body's not going to last forever. You can't dive and do these moonsaults and land on your feet and all this stuff like you can when you're 20. I'm 31 now, and I started wrestling when I was 19. I can still do everything I used to do. Doesn't mean I have to every single time, because I want to be able to wrestle for another 15, possibly 20 years if I wanted to. If I wanted to. But it's learn the basics. The basics are the most important thing. They will keep you safe. They will keep you organized. As long as you know what foundation you're laying your house on, you will always have a great house. Oh, that foundation has to be there.
Testify. I mean, you can't get any clearer than that. But again, you got a lot of the new generation that wants to come in and be a superstar right away and think that, the psychology doesn't have anything to do with it. And if you just flip and fly, you can ooh the crowd. They don't understand how much it takes to put in thought and why you do what you do. You can't just fly out of a ring. You just can't do a 450. You can't just do any of that stuff. You've got to build a match up. But again, you have to learn the basics. You have to learn psychology. And if you don't have any of those two, then why the hell are you diving out of a ring? Why the hell are you doing a 450 splash? Why are you even doing a springboard on from a chair to the rope back onto somebody else?
Yeah, Lindsay.
I know.
Lindsay wanted to come down to the
Most
school.
on my face.
I let her come down and forget about it. She ain't been back since. Girlfriend tried to do a dive.
For a day and I wasn't diving, or flying.
No dives.
Like, this is for losers.
No dives.
All right. So Cedric Alexander, I want to kind of present to you a pop quiz and see how well you know other Alexanders or Alexes in pop culture.
Uh-oh. This is gonna be good. Now,
this would be bad.
Here's the deal, Cedric, I actually said one that I don't think anybody would have thought of, because it even stumped Mo and Lindsay. They were like, "Oh." Ooh. So let's see if you get it. Go ahead.
You'll have to ask that one. I don't remember the question.
Yeah,
so.
I don't either.
Oh boy. Okay.
It requires him singing too, so I don't know if we're ready for that. All right, we'll start with an easy one here. 5 questions for you.
All right.
Jason Alexander is George Costanza on what popular 90s sitcom?
Oh, George Costanza. I can't remember the sitcom.
What is it?
I'm gonna say Full House. I know it's wrong. I'm just gonna say Full House.
It's Seinfeld.
Oh wow!
I wouldn't have said Seinfeld.
I don't think I would have gotten that one.
Not a said Seinfeld.
All right, so he shortens his name to Alex, but Alexander Trebek is best known for hosting which long-running game show?
Jeopardy?
Oh.
Yes, technically the answer should be what is Jeopardy, but that's fine. I'll give it.
Whatever.
Whatever. Let him have it.
And just so you know,
technicalities.
Just so you know, Cedric, that was it. I didn't think you would get it, but you did.
That wasn't it.
That's probably the easiest one.
Lin-Manuel Miranda is a star of what musical Broadway and now hit movie on Disney Plus?
Hamilton, right?
You got it. Alexander Hamilton.
I knew I liked you.
Yeah. That one in there for Lindsay, who watches it like 3 times a week. It's obsessive.
Along with Tiger King.
Good. I'll give you that. That's good.
But it's true. I love
it. The NBC sitcom from the 80s, Family Ties, main character was Alex P. Keaton, played by which legendary actor?
Oh, come on.
Ooh.
I got this one.
Oh.
Michael P. Keaton. Come on. I got this one.
I got that one.
Question, so he's got this one.
Wow, really, Dvon?
Brother Dvon, give it to me. What is it?
Michael J. Fox.
Michael J. Fox.
Michael J. Fox. Okay.
All right. So last pop quiz question for you here. Alex is the central character of what 1971 dystopian crime film from Stanley Kubrick?
You said 71?
Yes.
Neither one of us was born then, right?
No.
We all know the movie, though. We all know the movie.
We do?
All right. So one more time, repeat the question. I'll make sure I get this right. There's a lot of pressure.
Right.
It's the last one.
Alex is the central character in what 1971 dystopian crime film from director Stanley Kubrick?
Crime film.
We have a guest in queue on deck waiting to go. She just texted me. She's got the correct answer.
Oh, wow.
Dang it. Dune. I know it's wrong, but Dune.
Right.
That was in 84. I know that was wrong.
Right,
oh, my God. Oh, my God.
Hey, I got wait a minute.
Don't go to the bathroom for yourself, Dvon. Relax.
You got a
Where'd you
water
go?
brother before you do that.
You have the answer for us.
Holy cow. Hello.
Eileen, what's the answer to that question there?
The Clockwork Orange.
A Clockwork.
Oh man, and it was just on TV the other day.
My manager also my manager also handles Malcolm McDowell. So if I didn't know that, I would have known that. But I do know that. You guys should, if you haven't seen it, it's a brilliant film.
It really is.
I have to see it.
No.
My wife talked about
wait a
watching
minute.
it. I hadn't done it.
I knew all the answers. Did you check your Facebook?
You did. I just figured that was a good segue.
I knew them all. I just didn't get a chance to say Hamilton. That one you guys jumped in on, so I didn't get to say Hamilton. But I knew them all.
That's me.
Well, we have the winner then.
It's just because I'm old.
That's all right. I did say all of you guys would know the movie, even if you haven't seen it.
You did.
Everybody knows of it.
Yeah.
Because it's classic. Yeah.
Oh man.
So I know. With that said, we wrap up our time with Cedric already, and then we bring in Eileen. Cedric, if people want to find you online on social, where can they do so, man?
I'm on Twitter, Cedric Alexander. I'm verified. Boom, boom, boom. Instagram, Cedric Alexander 1, also verified. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, that's all I really got. Keep it simple and easy for me.
Excellent. Well, thank you very much for your time. Thank you for putting up with Dvon behind the scenes on Raw every week.
Thank you, Cedric. And I guess I'll see you Monday if I'm still around after this last interview.
Oh, well, just make sure you change your pants later.
Oh, it's changing. I think I got to change it now. Eileen has no idea what I've gone through over the years watching her.
Thanks a lot, Cedric. Appreciate it, man.
Thank you.
All right.
Yeah.
Whoa. Well, then.
Welcome.
Eileen, are you flattered by that reaction when Dvon runs off the screen? Or is it
I couldn't hear it. I don't know. Somebody was breaking up. Was it you? I don't know who you are. Who's you in the corner?
Who's that in the corner? Which one? Lindsay?
You. Who are you?
Oh, me. I'm Dvon.
And are you a co-host?
No, I'm a co-host with Mo. I'm also wrestled for the WWE.
I did a movie called 100 Acres of Hell with two wrestlers from WWE, but I don't know who they are.
Oh, it's okay.
But
let me tell you something. What's important right now is that it's not about me. It's about you. And I can't listen. I can't begin to tell you, watching The Exorcist and the scenes and things of that nature, just the ultimate fear that you have put in me for so many years. Let me just oh God, let me just say this. There were times where my partner and we would leave the ring and, get in the car and go to the next town, and I'm in my hotel room. And there were times where, either my my partner would actually, text me, from his room and say, hey, look at this, and show me a picture of you all up, geared up and everything. And my body would heat up and I would throw the phone completely across the room. It was sometimes when I'm in the room by myself and I'm watching TV, and then all of a sudden the commercial would come on, because they would still show the movie The Exorcist, like at least once or twice a year on regular TV, and just to see the face and just everything that went along with it, my whole body would heat up. So it's one of those things where even to this day I've never really gotten.
Yeah, they'll probably show it again because it's Halloween.
It's Halloween. Yeah, well, actually, yes, and they are, because I think it's AMC. They had just, I think it's going to be on next week. So
good, I get a residual.
Yes, you'll probably be getting a lot of that this month.
It's my only residuals that stay really big. Because like my Happy Days, as you all heard the story, my Happy Days is like $1.50 or $12 or something like that, and Helter Skelter is a little higher, but The Exorcist is always in the $100 range, so that's really nice.
Well, but October's a good month.
it should be more than that. I mean, again, what you guys did in that movie was just not only just a classic, but it was groundbreaking. I mean, in 1973, when that movie was released, and when you see on YouTube the lines of people waiting to get into the theater because they've heard the built up for the movie was so huge.
But not only that, but they wouldn't let anybody in the theater early. They wouldn't let anybody in the theater while the show was playing. So therefore, their PR was extraordinary, especially for back in the 70s. That they didn't let anybody in the theater so they could take pictures of it. Of course, all the reports of people throwing up and fainting in the aisles and getting that out, and no press was allowed on the set at all, and nobody could take pictures back then. Not even Dick Smith, the makeup godfather of all time. He couldn't take pictures out either. I have two that I somehow snuck out, but I don't remember how I snuck them out, and I don't know. I only have two. I mean, I have a whole slew of, shots from the movie that are for sale, but I have, lots of shots from the movie. I only have two from my own camera.
Let me ask you a question. Now, you said that people were throwing up and things. What were they actually throwing up? Because when I saw an interview with William Blatty, and he said, and I thought it was William Blatty. I believe that was the writer.
Oh, yeah, I'm really good friends with this. We got to be really, really good friends. And he sent me an autograph book. This was right before he passed, a couple of years. And now I'm really good friends with his son, Michael Blatty, who lives up in Oregon.
Now, anyway, he said that when people were leaving the movie theater and throwing up, I honestly thought it was because of the face, the grim face, the devil, and all of that, blah blah blah. But he said, I guess the part when Linda Blair was on the table, and the needle, I guess he was getting ready for the MRI.
That's not true.
Yeah, explain to me.
I'm gonna call Michael and ask him what the fuck he's talking about. That's not true. They were throwing up. They were purportedly throwing up. I told you they're great at PR. Mainly because of the vomiting scenes, and when someone vomits and makes you want to. There it is. There be me.
Yeah, that's good. Thank you.
Who knows if one or two people threw up or something like that or got sick? I don't know, but I'm telling you, they were absolutely masters of PR for this film. And of course, doesn't matter how good you are at PR if you have a lousy film, of course. But they were really good in using every little thing that they could.
Now, all the stuff that they were saying about the curses and things like that, all the strange happenings that were happening on the set, what is your recollection of back then? What was going on the set? Did you experience anything that might have been like, I don't know, supernatural, or even not only just on the set, but I heard some people when they went back home, it was almost like they felt things were following them. Did you ever experience anything like that?
Well, what am I gonna? I'm gonna do a little pitch if I have time. Can I?
Sure.
Please.
Absolutely.
I wrote the book. It's called Exercising My Demons.
Whoa.
And the reason I bring it up now, it's the whole beginning is about dreams and things like that, and things you want to do with your life, and don't let negativity take you away. And then it's how I became an actress. I wanted to be an actress since I was 7, and the guy who actually wrote it, it's funny, it's sad, my Me Too incident at Summerstock way back then. But anyway, the reason then I go into the audition and how I got the job and meeting Dick Smith and Ms. Linda Blair and all those people. But then I was going to tell you, and it's written so beautifully in the book, the big experience I had is, you all know how cold the set was. It was freezing, but only for us, because Billy Freak, the director, and the whole crew and all them had wetsuits on, so to keep the cold out. And even Max von Sydow, may he rest in peace, a brilliant man, he had a wetsuit under, I wonder why they call him wetsuit, under his cassock. So they were all warm, but we weren't. We just had a nightgown on, right? And I swear, as God is my witness, that, thank you, Scarlett O'Hare, as God is my witness, that I was sitting there in the green room, or in my dressing room, and I said, oh, dear God, I can't do this today. It's just too cold. It was like somewhere between 8 degrees and 0, with 3 huge air conditioning, which they had to put on the night before to cool down the set so you could see the vapor or this coming out of your mouth. I said, I can't do this. It's too cold. And after I said that, the entire sprinkler system went off. I don't know why, and wet down the set. And so they had to turn off the air conditioners to dry the whole thing out. And they opened up the doors. We shot in a sound studio on West 54th Street in New York City. And so they opened the doors to dry the whole place out. But they had to keep shooting because we were so far behind anyway by then and over budget. They had to keep shooting. So there are a couple frames in that movie that if you look very carefully, you won't see any vapor coming out of anybody's mouth. So that's my little spiritual story about weird things. As far as the fire was concerned, that happened at night.
So nobody was on the set when the fire happened?
No, and people died, but it took 14 months from pre-production to post-production to shoot that movie. So I don't know. My sister had half a baby. Does that count?
Sure.
Wow.
I'm incorrigible, aren't I? She had a miscarriage, and the baby wasn't totally formed. So does that count?
I guess it does. I guess it does. I guess it does.
It's kind of like, when you die, what happens after that? So, most of us don't, we don't know. But in my book, I tried to write about a lot of funny things because most everybody knows about the scary stuff. So I tried to write funny stuff.
Now, is there maybe another example of the funny stuff? Because Dvon really is scared to death of everything Exorcist. We had to talk him into having you on the show. So maybe if you can share. If you
want to know funny stuff, you have to read my book.
Okay, all right, Dvon, you got to read the book.
No, and I'm more intrigued to do it.
I mean, this isn't a big funny stuff. As you probably know that Dick Smith, again, the godfather of all makeup, who, in my opinion, had as much to do with the film being successful or more than anything else. Not the script, but anyway, because he created a makeup for Reagan that was totally accessible, right? So that when people came in by then people, if parents came into the room, they were so freaked out, and if kids were so freaked out, and the reason they were freaked out is because they could identify with that face. And the early makeup tests, we have big eyebrows and teeth and stuff like that, and they said, oh, that's just a monster. But because Reagan, once she was possessed by me, could have been your daughter or could have been yourself. And that's, for me, the main reason that the film has lasted so long and is so terrifying. And as an aside, I think all acting and all films and everything like that, you should create characters that are identifiable, that people can cry with you or hate you. But I think that's your responsibility as an actor, and hopefully the screenplay, to be totally relatable.
Now, let me ask you a question. Now, William Blatty, I saw another interview where he claimed that he didn't like for The Exorcist to be considered a horror movie. You know, he didn't like
said
that.
Billy Freakin?
No, William Blatty.
Well,
he said,
Bill Blatty and Freakin, they fought all the way through.
Yes, that's what I hear.
And the post-production. And Bill Blatty still says, obviously, The Exorcist is a classic and an amazing film. But if they had listened to me, Bill, it would have been a masterpiece. So they had a lot of discussions about that movie, such as Kitty Wynn disappearing. Poor Kitty. You know, she played the secretary, and she disappeared. She was, the film had the spiritual, the religious, and I don't know what the third one is, but Kitty Wynn did the spiritual part, and they didn't think that was scary, so they cut it all out.
Now,
she really is on that screen for such a little amount of time. But anyway, I was going to tell you a funny thing, though.
Go ahead.
It's quick.
Okay.
That Dick Smith, of course, for the head turning scene, which everybody knows now was a dummy, and the first, I forgot the word for it, but the first moving thing that was ever created for film, automaton. I think it's called an automaton. Have we lost you?
Yeah, look, Mel, you're so good.
Have we lost you? You're so quiet.
Dummy. I'm not gonna say.
But anyways, he constructed looked just like Linda. And you know, it was a life-size dummy, and Dick would be working on it, and you'd come in the morning, you go, "Hi, Linda." Oh, never mind.
It was that believable. Yeah, because I heard that he used to put it in the cars and drive around with it, and to try to get people's reactions. They would drive around with it in the car.
The makeup department and the hair department with a guy named Bill Farley. That's always the funnest place to be. A lot of times on any set.
Now, one other question is: they said that they had to have a priest.
Where'd you get all these pictures from? From the book? No. Where'd you get them?
The internet.
Hey, anybody else want to go those pictures on the internet? Send them to me. I have them all. And I'll sign them for you and send them back for $35.
There you go.
Look at that autograph right there.
Yeah, I just listen. So I can hang it in my room.
Is someone selling that online with my autograph?
I don't know. I just did an image search, and that's what came up.
Yeah, that's probably. What did you look up?
I just EILEEN DIETZ Exorcist image search, and that's what came up.
Now,
yeah,
Eileen,
well, there's nothing you can do about that. There are certain people, I think Linda, I'm not sure, that will not sign a picture unless it's personalized. And if it's personalized, that it has no value to anybody except yourself.
I like it. No, I support that.
Yep. Now, Eileen, one question I want to ask you. Before this, after I guess a couple of incidents they claim happened.
Hi, Lindsay.
On the set.
Hi. Just wanted to make sure you were alive and breathing.
I am. I'm just, all right now.
Go on, Devin.
Did they have to have a priest come in and bless the set because of some?
Did they have to have a priest come in?
Yeah. Did they have one come in?
Yes, they did. But it was funny.
Now, why is that?
Everybody was kind of amused by it because Billy Freakin is not the most religious person you ever met in your life. And so he did it kind of for effect. But, it was okay with me because whenever I went to the set, I said, look at God, spirit, whoever's out there in this whole world to put us together. I'm really, that please, this is a movie. It's a movie. Don't come down and whatever God does, stake you, stoke you, something like that. It's a movie. But I do a lot of horror films, so I say that a lot. I do a lot of. I'm so blessed. I mean, that's a funny word to use, right? But I'm so blessed. I played witches and demons, and I play victims too. I play good victims. I cry good.
I was going to say, what scares you? We know The Exorcist scares my man to the left here. What scares you? Is there a movie that gets to you that is too far?
Well, that's 2 questions.
Okay, well, go ahead. Rapid
No,
fire
I was
them
going
off,
to say, the only thing that really, really scares me is if something happened to my husband.
Okay.
And COVID.
Yeah. It is.
But wear a mask. Everybody out there.
Absolutely.
Wear a goddamn mask. The CDC says that masks are more important than vaccines. And I'm aware that they're very uncomfortable. They're not fun to wear. I have such sympathy for people that will have to wear them like all day long now. Waiters or people, whomever have to wear them all day long. Mm-hmm. But you got to wear a mask. You got to be social distance. You just got to, or we're never going to me, COVID is a horror movie with a beginning and a middle, but no end. And the best thing about horror movies is people always ask me what the, the payback for horror films is. And I really think, and let me hear what you think, that horror films are so great because you got a beginning, a middle, and an end. And most of the time, the end ends happy, unless there's and including when there's a sequel, because Michael Myers keeps coming back. So please, let me get that little commercial in, besides for my book and my other merchandise. I sell Pazuzu. Please go out and vote. Yes. You got to vote.
Yes,
it's
absolutely.
Fun. And I assume a lot of very young people are watching the show. And maybe they're voting for the first time or would. Go vote. It's fun. In New York City, they used to have a little booth with like the guy in the Wizard of Oz, but it was a booth with a lever. In Wizard of Oz, they pull the thing back and he's there. And after all these years, I still feel great about voting. It just feels good. Don't say your vote doesn't count, because it does. I mean, Trump won one state by like 535 votes. No kidding. So vote and wear a mask.
Just vote.
And wear a mask when you vote, or vote absentee. Figure out how to, call the post office if you need to, or go online and find out how you can vote. And that's my commercial.
I love it.
You can call me and get me on Facebook.
I was going to ask, before we let you go, where can people find you online?
Well, Facebook, I'm the most active with. And if, if you want to buy something or anything like that, just send me a private message. I've always done this deal. You can ask me one question if you want to go to my email, which is EILEEN@EILEENDIETZ.com, and I'll answer one question for you. And I am on Instagram, but I keep forgetting to check it. And I'm on Twitter as Queen of Swords. But Facebook is the one that I really, really use.
Cool.
Excellent.
All right.
EILEEN,
and I got to quickly say, wait a minute, I got to do one more thing. I'm going to Oregon next week to shoot an incredible movie called The Bleeding Dark with Jason Hawkes, and directed and produced. This is the guy I wanted to know if he could bring on the show someday. His name is Joseph Kelly, and he also did a movie called Clown Motel and Clown Motel 2, which I just shot last month. And I played the Queen of the Clowns, a bitch.
Oh my God.
As soon as you have any a promotional shot, can you please send it to me, because Lindsay hates clowns.
Yes.
Oh, do you, Lindsay? Lindsay, are you a co-host? Is she a co-host on this?
I am a co-host.
Yes.
I'm the one that
tell him he needs to introduce you guys.
Oh, he.
Mo.
You hate clowns?
Bad job, Mo.
I have never been a fan of clowns.
Oh,
that's right.
But I mean, are you really scared by them?
Yes.
Well, my clowns.
Been a fan.
My clowns. Well, I'll show you. I'll send you the picture, but it's kind of cute. It's but she is royal. She's royalty, and she's regal, and she's a bitch. But she has a crying scene. That's a Clown Motel too. Okay. And Amityville Harvest is coming up right now. Thomas Churchill's. There's a couple movies that are streaming before Halloween. So if you just Google me, you probably see them.
Cool. All right.
Thank you very much, Eileen. Appreciate your time and everything.
This is the shortest Zoom I've ever done. I'm not ready to stop. I comb my hair and I put on makeup. But I got my pajamas on the bottom.
Devon's not even wearing pants. It's okay.
Yeah, no, I'm not. I just figured, what the heck? Don't wear them.
He's wearing
a
So, Devin, are you still I'm going to do that. Are you still as scared about me as you were before?
No, and you know something, that was my thing about having you on the show, was because when I saw the making of The Exorcist, when they had the making, when they came back out in, I think, 2001, remastered and all of that, they had the making of it on. And even though I saw some of the tricks and trades to everything and how everything worked, I was still petrified.
Even though somebody what?
Yeah, when they started showing all the tricks and all of that, going behind the scenes, like how things were done, even
like that vomiting apparatus.
Yes. So even that, I was kind of that one. Yes. Good God.
Or the one with Dick Smith putting it on is absolutely fascinating.
I mean, even seeing that, I was still scared, but I also knew that if I ever met you or Linda Blair, I thought that would help to be able to overcome my fear of the movie. And I
meeting me and Linda Blair are two totally different experiences.
Absolutely.
That's all I'll say.
No question about it. But meeting you and talking to you and seeing how sweet and lovely you are, it kind of takes away from the demon aspect of it that I'm used to being scared of. So absolutely, meeting you has definitely subdued my fear in the movie The Exorcist.
But is that what we want to do?
Mm-hmm. Yes, because you have no idea. It has gotten me for so long that I knew before God took me that I had to get over this. This was one thing in my life, one of the things that I had to get over. And I think you just helped me to be able to do that. So thank you very much.
You get in the ring and you have people punch you and kick you and stuff like that. That would scare me a lot more than a movie.
I would rather get hit every single day at one point rather than be sitting face to face with you and Linda in makeup. That would scare the hell out of me.
Remember that you had that celebrity challenge for a minute? They had a celebrity challenge and somebody said I should get into a ring with Linda. Yeah. Well, I would have beat the shit out of her. So
definitely. Oh yeah.
We'd make it happen. I'd love to see that.
Look at her. Yep.
We need to
she deserves it. Okay, I'm done.
You again, Eileen.
I can talk forever, right?
We get it. We get it. But we got to leave a little bit so people can ask you that question and then get that autograph from you.
Oh, buy things, whatever they want to do. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Get that book.
Thank you, doll.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Oh, it was my pleasure, Lindsay. Bye.
All right. Bye-bye. Oh, man.
All right, Dvon, how are you feeling?
I actually feel. Yeah, I'm.
How was your floor? Is it clean?
It's actually clean. I had a bucket just in case, because I don't wear pants, so everything just leaks out.
Is your diaper full?
Oh, I didn't have the diaper. I took it off because I had to breathe. I had to breathe down there. Yeah,
so glad we're just like.
Well, we're at that level. We're at that. Look, you, me, Mo, the fans. We're at that level. I'm good.
Are we that?
Yes.
We're that close?
We're that close.
Okay.
We're that good.
I didn't even know we had to talk about this. I just knew it. I felt it.
It did
I didn't feel it.
Listen.
And I don't remember.
That's bad. That's a lie.
Water.
But no, it really did help. It really did help. And I know people think I'm crazy because, how could you be scared of a movie like that for so long? But when you've been traumatized as a kid, because it wasn't like somebody forced me to watch it, it was on regular TV at the time. And I was about maybe 8 or 9 years old. Now, remember, both of my parents are reverends. So the supernatural, possession, all of that stuff, especially from the church, you grew up, knowing that stuff is real. you know, especially within the Bible, because when the Bible, you know, Jesus is casting out demons left and right and possessed people and all of that. So here it is. This movie comes out, and I'm just like, oh God, I'm like out of my mind. Now I can't go to sleep. Now it's pure daylight, and I'm scared walking down the street, even though it's daylight. It's like it was that it messed me up that bad. You know, and like I said, Bubba would make fun of me all the time about it. And actually, here's a true story. True story. I will tell you about this real quick. We were on a plane. We were going overseas, and back then, we had a private charter flight. You know, all the boys would get on it, so we didn't have to ride commercial. And back then, this was when the portable DVD players were out. And so the airplanes, they would always have like 10 to 15, maybe even 20 portable DVD players and a book of movies to watch. And of course, The Exorcist was one of them. Now, this was one of Bubba's favorite horror movies as well. And so we were like, yo, let's watch it. So we were watching it. I know you're not going to believe me. But to this day, me and Bubba still try to figure out what happened. We're watching the movie. We get to the part where they are doing the exorcism. I kid you not. This is going to sound phony as hell. The freaking screen, the picture turned upside down in the middle of watching it. I know it's hard to believe. I'm sorry. I was not drunk. I was not drunk. Me and Bubba stopped. Now, I'm sure there was a glitch. I'm sure something was wrong. But me and Bubba just stopped, threw the damn thing down, and decided to just not watch DVD for the rest of the flight.
Okay,
I kid you not.
Listen, what happened at the beginning before we came on air? Who was late today?
You.
That never happens. My computer wouldn't turn on.
Okay, please stop talking. Lindsay, stop. Stop right now. I'm trying to overcome. And
but you know what? I think
it's just
my internet because I live in the woods. It wasn't anything else.
Lindsay,
technical difficulties.
Lindsay, stop. Yeah. Stop right now. Lindsay, stop right now.
Stop what?
Stop. Drinking? Don't do it. Don't do it. Schoolgirl outfit. Tiger King underwear. And really, Bo? Really?
I gotta defend Lindsay from time to time. You know, I gotta help her out.
All right, so back to other subjects.
You're over this. This is no big deal to you anymore.
Listen, I didn't say I was completely over it. I said I'm coming to grips with it. Okay, I'm coming to grips with it. Okay. I'm not. There's nothing behind. There's nothing behind me. Stop it. Stop it right now.
Did you see that? It went. I saw the reflection of your belt.
Whatever.
One of his belts just flipped upside down.
The hell it did. Don't say that. Because if the damn thing drops behind me, I'm out. I'm letting you know right now. I'm putting this house up for market the whole nine. I think Eddie Murphy said it best. He was like, "Why do people stay in the house when they tell you to get out?" They go, "I don't." He goes, "I don't understand it. Think about it. You walk into a house, you and your wife and your kids, and you guys are looking, oh, baby, this is a nice house. I love this house. Nice neighbors. Look at that. We got a big tire and a tree in the backyard for the kids to play in. Get out. Sorry, we can't stay." I mean, get out.
I feel like I dropped the ball. I should have reached out to, I should have slid into your wife's DMs and been like, hey, can you like flicker the lights during the show just to mess with him?
Yeah, Mo, why don't you do that?
You want to say divorce?
For the sake of entertainment, anything goes.
Anything your ass.
That's what I did. We got to wrap up the show here in a moment, but of course, we've lost a few notable names over the course of the last few days. The one that really strikes me is Eddie Van Halen dying after a long battle with cancer at the age of 65. You guys, I mean, Dvon, we're starting to know that you're a little bit of a classic rock fan, so we know you probably enjoyed Van Halen. Were you a Van Halen fan at all, Lindsay?
So here's the thing. My dad, when I was younger in Miami, Florida, he was a DJ for a radio station that played all the hits. And so the music was just something I always heard in the background. So all of the songs, Van Halen songs, are just recognizable to me. So It is really sad.
Does he talk to you in an announcer voice when he calls you, like, "Hey, Lindsay, how you doing today?"
So, yes, if you ever call and get his voicemail, you reached Bob McKay. Thank you. Please leave a message. We'll get right
You're
back
a
to
daughter we didn't want. You were an accident. More
You were
news
a
coming up after
mistake.
this.
Oh God, you know,
Yeah.
it definitely
I
is
don't
a
have any
big.
problems.
It definitely is a big loss. I mean, you know, Eddie was a pioneer. He was probably one of the greatest of all time, next to Hendrix, in terms of guitarists. And you know, of course, I was introduced to him by the, you know, that song 1984 legendary Van Halen album, you know, Jump, and then of course being the lead guitarist on Michael Jackson's Beat It, you know, and so many other, you know, classics that he has done over the years. So he will definitely be missed. Again, a legendary guitar, helped found the group Van Halen, and you know, my prayers and thoughts go out to him and his family. And again, he will be missed.
Quick story before we wrap it up. Eddie Van Halen was the first celebrity phone number I ever had.
Oh, wow.
Which isn't a big deal, but I was asked by a band that never really made it bigger, a band called Silvertide, back in the mid-2000s, was really trying to make a push, and they were opening up for Van Halen on tour. And the lead singer, I was live midnight to 6 a.m., and the lead singer came to hang out with me all show long. Midnight to 6 a.m., co-host the show with me, and he decided that I was the perfect guy to help him prank Eddie Van Halen. So apparently Eddie Van Halen, I don't remember the exact one, but he only drank a certain wine. Like, he would not drink other. It had to be the specific brand. And so he would always order it for the road and whatnot. So the prank was, I was a trucking company calling him saying, your truckload of 12 pallets of this wine is outside of your house right now. And then he would go to freak out, like, I didn't order a truck all over this, you know. And then the Silvertide guy picks up the phone. Just pranking you. I was just the middleman, but you know what? I mean, that was my intro to celebrity pranks. So,
I love it.
I'll always remember that.
Absolutely. And then, of course, you know, great story. But then we also lost another one, Johnny Nash.
Yep.
He was the one that sang "I Can See Clearly Now the Rain Is Gone." You know, it was number one on the Billboard charts for 4 weeks straight. And you know, again, another legend lost, and will be missed. So, you know, again, our hearts and prayers go out to everyone that, you know, family and friends, and just know that they'll always be around us 24/7. God bless you. Rest in peace.
Lindsay, do you wanna sing that song for us? You started to.
No.
Come on, Lindsay. I can see clearly now the rain is gone. There you go. It's gonna be a bright, sunshiny day.